Good afternoon. My name is Alena Shautsova. I am an immigration attorney from Brooklyn, New York. In today's Legally Speaking seminar, I would like to talk to you about how to sponsor your family member from overseas. And we are referring to family members such as parents, for example, parents of the United States citizens, or children, or a spouse. First, you need to know that lawful permanent residents may sponsor different family members than United States citizens. For example, if you just have a green card, you will not be able to sponsor your parents into the United States. You can, however, sponsor certain children, unmarried children, or unmarried sons and daughters, and your spouses. So what do you need to do to start the process? To start the process, you will need to submit an I-130 family petition and prove to the United States government immigration authorities that you have a real relationship with the person you're trying to sponsor. So with the petition, you will need to submit a filing fee, of course, and proof of that relationship. If it's a spouse, you will need to submit proof that your relationship is real. If it's a parent, you will need to submit appropriate birth certificate. Sometimes it can be a little bit complicated when you don't have the documents that are traditionally expected in certain situations. Let's say some countries have different rules concerning birth certificates, or maybe the documents were lost. But let's say you were able to pass that step. What happens next? Well, next what happens is that the United States government is going to approve the petition and send the documents approximately within 45 days to the National Visa Center. In the National Visa Center, will facilitate the further process by accepting documents necessary for the immigrant visa and payments. They will send notification as to payments for the immigrant visa and affidavit of support fee to the person who is a petitioner. And once the necessary documents and affidavit of support is submitted to the National Visa Center, and National Visa Center checks everything out and sees that everything was submitted properly, it will help to submit the case for the interview in an appropriate consulate. Prior to that, the person who is a family member who is being sponsored will have to submit Form DS-260, its application for the immigrant visa, and will need to bring originals of the same documents that were submitted to the National Visa Center for the immigrant interview, together with the result of the medical exam. So that's how the process works, and that's how it should work. If everything goes well during the interview, the family member will get the immigrant visa. At this point, the person is not yet a green card holder. To become a green card holder, the person will have to come physically into the United States. And after he or she is admitted at the border, that is when the status of the permanent resident is being vested into this person. The person becomes a green card holder. So that's how it works. Of course, during this process, there may be some delays and some unexpected problems. Let's say the family member is inadmissible due to previous immigration history in the United States. Or let's say there are issues with affidavit of support. By the way, on my channel, my YouTube channel, there is a video about affidavit of support and relatively recent changes as to how affidavit of support is being considered nowadays when the person is sponsoring a family member. So, but that's the process in a nutshell. How long would it take? Well, if you're sponsoring if you are a U.S. citizen and you're sponsoring an immediate relative, the process will take approximately 9 to 12 months. That's how long it takes, okay? If you are a permanent resident, then the process is taking even longer. You can actually refer to Visa Bulletin to see if you are in a preference category, if you're a family member in the preference category, how long approximately it's going to take for that category to become current, and based on that, you can approximately calculate how long the whole process is going to take. And you can find more information about various aspects of sponsoring of different family members on our website, www.shautsova.com. Thank you.